Hey, thanks for stopping by to fill your cup with a little sunshine today. If you're a new soul visiting, I'm Cyndi, and I am very excited to share this message with you today. So, as a topic, I love you, but you need to see this. If you clicked on this video, Spirit does have a message for you today. It may just be part of a message. Take what resonates and leave the rest. But sometimes messages come through in these readings from our higher selves. Sometimes they come directly from Source, or someone in your life that you have a deep spiritual bond with is sending a message. So with love and gratitude, we are thanking our angel spirit guides and ancestors for these messages. We are asking for divine protection for me and all souls listening. So with love in our hearts, let's look at the Guardian Angel Oracle card that I pulled for you, Sag, and it is Believe. Be open to all possibilities and opportunities. Let go of preconceived ideas. There's nothing to fear. You are constantly surrounded by love. Start to believe in yourself and trust your instincts. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities abound, provided you are flexible and retain an open heart and mind. Believe all is possible. Now that is a very gorgeous message to start off with, Sag. Let's look at the three energies for you now and look at I love you, but you need to see this, where we can better get in alignment for our highest and greatest good. First energy we're picking up here today for you, Sag, is card number 18, the Moon. The moon symbolizes the divine feminine and the gravitational pull. The moon, with its force, with its energy, pulls the ocean back. So it has low tide and then lets go and it sloshes forward for high tide. That's how powerful the moon is. It's a water sign. This is Pisces energy. And the moon is so powerful that it literally controls the cycles of our tides on our planet. The moon also represents our intuition. In this card, we see two towers, we see two canines, and the moon shines light on the illusion sometimes that someone else is trying to tell us, or sometimes it's what we're telling ourselves. This could reveal secrets so we can make decisions based on our intuition, regardless of how things look in the 3D physical world. So this is, are you looking to choose a partner? Are you looking to choose a new career, a new business? The two towers symbolizes choices. So before we make any kind of choice or decision, we want to have as clear of a picture as we can, right? We don't want to go into something blindly. Let's get some clarifiers on this and see what exactly is going on here with this energy of the moon. Now remember, we have a full moon in Virgo, the 24th. We are actually in those full moon energies right now. I see with the Ace of Wands sideways, this is indecisive energy that's kind of going back and forth. Creativity may be a little stifled. I want to create something passionate that I desire. I can't seem to manifest, or I'm in that stage where with the 10 of Wands, I need to release some pretty heavy burdens to make a choice. With the 7 of Cups, it's all about making a choice. So we have an energy here today, Sagittarius. Someone is trying to tap into their intuition about creating something beautiful. Now the burdens have been so heavy while they sat in this energy of kind of doubt and indecisiveness, while they struggled to make a choice. It was very uncomfortable for them. They may have, stood out underneath the moon and, cried out, tell me what to do, show me what to do. Now the two alphas on this card may symbolize a partnership, right? Even the lobster may want a piece of that. Don't forget me. This first energy here is I love you, Sag, but you need to see that living in procrastination and not being confident of our decisions will not bring us peace. It'll leave us in an uncomfortable, undecided, kind of stagnant energy. This is a blockage. So we'll feel stuck I can't move, or like that song says that I've been hearing, it's a country song, between a rock and a hard place. But the universe wants you to trust and like step out fearlessly and go after what your heart desires without knowing the whole story, without knowing every detail and controlling every detail of the outcome. Wants you to step out in faith and take that unknown path, trusting that the universe's abundance that comes in is going to be way more magical and beautiful than we can ever expected. But it does require a step of faith. It does require us to take that path that we are very scared to take, to follow our heart, what we find emotionally fulfilling. That's part of the manifestation process. It's to take action. So the second energy we got here going on is the Ace of Wands upright. Now, Shazam, ladies and gentlemen, this could mean passion. This is raw, primal, sexual energy. And in the physical, this card can also bring pure potential for you, Sag. Like you're really excited and things are heating up, maybe even sexually. So, get out that awesome, chill, lo-fi. Your relationship may be about to take a very sensual turn. Now, I haven't had this come up a lot in readings. With two aces of wands, in ancient Greek, the phallic symbol represented fertility. Calling something phallic means penis-like in some way. Excuse it, but we're all adults here. In some cases, that means like the wand, it has creative power through raw sex, life force energy. That's where our spirituality and our ability to create comes from, is our sexual energy. And it is capable of creating new life, as you know. So look at how religion has always tried to control and made sex look like it was something bad and something that shouldn't be talked about and something dirty, when really it's the opposite. So they were hiding your main force energy and making you feel guilt, fear, and shame about being a sexual being, right? Source created us. Every aspect of us, reeks sexuality, from our pheromones, from what we smell, to our eyes, to what we see, to, what we hear in music and words and poetry, and of course to what we touch. All of our nervous system and our nerve endings are all connected. So, body, mind, spirit, sexual energy is nothing to shy away from. But, if you could see me and I was on film, my cheeks are a little red because I don't have a lot of sexual energy come up in my readings, but we're just going to go with it. I clarified that with another Ace of Wands. So back-to-back Ace of Wands here. I'm going to try to keep this PG. The next card out, the next energy, is the Six of Wands. Again, more Wands energy, passion, desire. And in this deck, it's symbolized as a couple getting married, going into union, Celtic handfasting, whatever these two partners decide that they feel to do to be in union, celebrating, passionately coming together. And again, in summary, I love you, Sag, but you need to see this. Entire being is wired for intimacy. So the universe is saying maybe that's been a side of you that you've been neglecting. I'm just telling you how the cards come out. This is just regular decks too. These aren't like romance love decks or anything. This is what I'm picking up today, but it's time to bring in some hot rock and passionate sex into your life and manifest that soulmate or twin soul or partner, or even, a karmic to learn lessons. But this stagnant energy of like being alone and not embracing our sexual energy, this, I think the universe is saying, there's many aspects about ourselves. And as you know, my readings focus a lot about the relationship, and through the tales of the tarot, how to kind of energetically balance our energies and heal our wounds. But there's also a sexual side to us. So finally, if you're listening to your intuition, You're releasing burdens of doubt, fear, and indecisiveness, and you're dead set on bringing some heat into your life. Let's just call it some heat. And the universe is saying here, you're going to have victory. Go have a beautiful experience. Chase your dreams. Don't be so scared to get out there and live. If it's time for you to find a partner, if it's time for you to get married and start having kids, maybe this is time for you to take on a new career or a new project. Take it how it resonates. But, the universe is saying you're never going to get laid if you don't take action. I'm sorry, that's just what came out, but it's the truth. It's like in anything we want to have in our lives, if we have a passion for something and we set an intention and we want to manifest it. I just saw 12:12 on the clock right now. It requires action. You're not going to meet somebody and start a relationship that could lead to a very fulfilling sexual relationship if we stay home. The final message for you, Sag. I love you, but you need to see this. The 3 of Cups in the reverse. Right along with this energy, there is nothing to celebrate if you don't seek collaboration and companionship. Your social life is long overdue to stir up some trouble. Your feelings of passion, they've been brewing. Your libido may be on the rise right now, coming back from the dead. Now, who needs their libido to come back from the dead, right? Whew, okay, let's not go down that rabbit hole. So without inspiration, your creativity is stifled, and we need inspiration, and making love is definitely, it's inspiring. It's a high, it's a dopamine rush. Energetically, you are connecting with another soul. You're connecting with their soul power, fire energy, especially if you're in a twin flame connection, because you're activating each other. It's different than any other normal relationship that you've ever had. The 2 energetic core frequencies match. So when they come together, they are very powerful in all aspects. So like the sex will be very sexy and passionate, and the arguing will be very, very passionate, and the debates will be, vibrant. 2 soul core frequencies will learn to balance each other out, but while they're doing that, you've got some turmoil that you got to kind of go through, because the universe is testing you. It wants to make sure that you're in alignment, that you're treating each other correctly, that you're not bringing in past wounds, that you're not using coping mechanisms when you're communicating with each other. So whatever relationship we're looking to embark on, the universe wants us to do it and be as healthy as possible. And the 3 of Cups here is clarified by card number 19, the Sun. This is the divine masculine energy, not gender. Reverse the roles as they fit for you. But this is the card of action. Remember, we started off with the moon, the divine feminine energy that pulls in what she wants. She doesn't go after, she doesn't take action. She, with her intuition and with her gifts, she pulls and gravitationally draws and magnetizes in. Now, at the end of this reading, we have the Sun, the action taker, right? The Sun is the push action in the physical. It says this voyage of the impossible is possible. It may seem, though, like such a difficult task. Like, I'm here, I want to get there. That journey seems almost impossible. How's it all going to work out? And the universe wants us to have faith, trusting that it's right and it's what's right for us, because we've looked at our intuition. I just saw 1555. So 555 is a number of change. It's a new cycle of change, because now we're learning to trust ourselves. We're not so wounded. We're not reacting out of a wounded state. We're not reacting out of emotional state. We're maturing. We're learning how these relationships are supposed to work. And it first starts within ourselves. But then our choices don't seem so scary because they're backed with healthy self-awareness, being in touch with your intuition and having your healing done. Decisions become easy. Why? Because no matter what you decide, it is going to be an experience. And if you look at it for something that's happening to you, so you learn a lesson, nothing seems like a failure anymore. Like it's impossible to fail. But remember, you now have your intuition to follow. Clarified here with the Five of Cups energy, there is no regrets if you take action and you're following your heart and you're listening to your intuition. Sitting in the energy of I would have, I should have, I could have, it sucks. No one wants to get to be 60, 70, 80, 90 years old and go, man, I let that slip through my fingers. That would have been my true happiness if I just would have had the courage to follow my heart and go after my passions and the desires. The universe does not want us to get to the end of our incarnation and have any regrets. You're missing out. You're a spiritual, energetic being that is eternal. There's no failure. There's no ending. There's only completed and repeated cycles. You get the reset button every time you incarnate. So I think the universe is saying here, if you want to like turn up that notch on your sexual life and, being intimate with somebody, enjoying somebody's company and getting to know them, you got to text that girl or guy. You got to get on that dating app and create a profile. Better yet, pick up the phone and call them. Let them hear your voice. You'll do much better at reading their energy if you are connected by hearing their voice, their expressions, their pauses. All right, you feel more secure if you can hear the tone in a person's voice, especially if you're somebody that's wounded and doesn't really have a lot of trust with what others say, and you're communicating via messaging or text where you're not getting the expression of the person's true self of how they feel in the moment. You can't get that over messaging or text. You can only get that by getting on the phone or getting on a video chat. So I am encouraging you, to be secure. Don't have any fears. Send that message to start the ball rolling. Ask somebody out. Show up in person. Remember, we all have guardian angels that guard us. Believe. To be open to all possibilities and opportunities. That's how your reading started. Believe in yourself. Believe in your heart. Believe in your ability to communicate with people. Even if you're not good with words, your body language and your energy will let somebody know exactly where you stand. And you may fail to be able to express that if you're not good communicating via typing messenger or emails, right? You get where I'm going here. Our method of communication is just as important as any other aspect of relationships in our life, right? And we see the final message here is the Temperance energy, card number 14. Equally giving and receiving emotions are beautiful. This is about, reconciling that part of ourselves that really may crave to be in a partnership with somebody that may, really want companionship. We've learned all these lessons, we've done all this healing, and now we want to integrate that. And we can't integrate unless you go out and you date and you start having experiences with other souls. And in this reading, Sag, it looks like you may be very close to exchanging maybe some phone numbers, maybe some time, maybe some energy, or maybe some other fluids as well. Let's just put it out there. I don't mean to be sick, but believe all things are possible. Gosh, I'm so not right. If you enjoyed this reading and you don't want to lose me in YouTube world, subscribe to my channel. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to take the stick out of our asses and we're going to just embrace all these different aspects of ourselves. The sexual side, the emotional side, the spiritual side, the dark side, the shadow side, the light side. Sunshine for the Soul is about embracing these authentic aspects about ourselves and not shying away from talking about them either. So, Sag, You go have some fun. I will see you guys at your next reading. And don't forget to like, share, comment, or subscribe if this message resonated with you. And I do hope you got something out of it. Peace and love, everybody.
Yeah.